Give me a minute and let's check in on the Russian ruble. It's been a couple weeks since we did that, and it's important to recognize when the Russians get something right. Well, did they, is the question. Let's talk about it. As you can see here, the ruble is today trading at 92.31 to the dollar. So it's recovered about 10% of its value off from the lows of 102. And let's think about what the Russians have had to do to get it there. There's the $210 million in foreign currency that's currently being made available on a daily basis for folks to purchase. There's the fact that the Euro bonds weren't paid in foreign currency, but rather were paid in rubles. There's the new standards that foreign governments that are exporting goods have to convert and keep so much of their money in rubles. They can't keep the foreign currency. And then, of course, there's the latest interest rate hike. There were a series of 2 interest rate hikes over the summer. This is the third. And this brings the core interest rate in Russia up to 15%. 15%. You want to borrow money, you're going to be paying a 15% interest rate. That's like a credit card kind of interest rate. It's not a bank interest rate, right? Now, the whole idea here is to prop up the ruble, and it seems to be working. Inflation for imported goods, this should help curb that, bring that under some kind of control. But what it doesn't do is move the economy forward. These artificial price controls to prop up the currency will erode the economy's ability to grow. Right now, the IMF is predicting growth for the Russian economy for this year. A 15% interest rate is going to slow that down, and we'll see if it meets the targets that the IMF has set. At this point, it seems unlikely, even with the increasing expenditures in the defense sector. The overall theme here is that, you can manipulate the markets, you can have government price controls, you can do things to support a currency in the short term. But in the long run, it is only value investment and a free market that delivers on its promises that create strong currencies, that create strong economies. And the kleptocracy of increased nationalization of foreign assets by the Russian Federation is doing nothing to address all that. It is undermining it for a generation. For the next generation, this is going to be a problem. And so in the short term, the Band-Aid is working. Make no mistake. The long-term implications are yet to be felt.